Hey guys, this is IXRollOutIX with LEGO Zoids, Berserk, Fury. So before I start, I just have to give a huge shout out to my friend Starscreamer20. Without him, this creation would not be as cool as it is. The upper arms, the buster claws, this section right here, and some of the tail is his design, so I really have to thank him and give him credit for that. I'll put an annotation right here to go subscribe to him, and please do, he could use the help. So, let's get right into this. Berserk Fury looks really nice all around. I really like how this turned out. The detail on this is very nice, and I like the panel-y look to all of its armor bits. I also like how almost all the black is studded, while almost all the gray is not. That really gives kind of an armored feel to it, that all of the gray actually is armor. And underneath the gray armor here, the leg has its own black frame, so does the torso, and the tail. So you could strip those if you wanted to, and have completely black underneath. I really like the head design. It's pretty accurate with the small black eyes there and the black behind it. The mouth is open, and the studs in there kind of give it a teethy look. Toothy, actually, would be the correct word. But it looks really nice, I think. And just get a close-up on those arms there. I really think Starscreamer20 did a good job with that design. It looks really nice. Also, on the egg beaters here, the buster claws, this section right here is his design. The whole arm design here is mine. But this here, this whole mechanism in here is his. However, I did put a black triple axle Technic piece in there, and go check out my color dyeing tutorial to see how I did that. I'll put a link right there. But overall, this creation just looks really nice. So let's go right into articulation. It's got a ball joint in the waist, which is really nice. The head goes side to side and up and down. The arms go forward and back. Bend at the elbow. Rotate at the elbow. And at the wrist. It's pretty tight. There you go. And he has individual finger articulation, which is really cool. The legs go in and out, although they're kind of hindered by the backpack. They go forward and back, though they are kind of loose because they're only on stud friction. It's got a joint right here, and the foot guard moves, which really helps with the stability. You could say he has foot articulation, but it really does serve no purpose. Now, beneath all this plastic here, the tail is on a flex tube, so you can bend it, and it stays there for a certain amount of time. And all of these segments here are rotatable, so you can position them however you want. So all in all, the articulation is pretty decent. Now let's go right into features. To start off, let's take a look at the footlocks here. There are these little pieces jutting off the ends here. And what the footlocks do is when it fires its giant cannons, it helps stable the Zoid. So they just flip down like this. And this is where the foot guards really help. because they go down and help stable the center part of the foot. But the footlocks just go down. They have some grills here for detailing. Next, the tail. It has these solar panel kind of things on the end that open up like this, so it can charge the laser. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it gathers particles from the air to charge the cannons. But they open up like that, revealing some black cylinders for detail, and it looks pretty nice. Like I said, this hinge design was designed by my friend Starscreamer20. I can't stress enough to go check his channel out. Now let's look at the real main attraction of the figure, the Buster Claws, or the aforesaid massive cannons. As you can see here, they're on some arms, and then they have the cannons on the end. Now what the Buster Claws are a multifunctional weapon that is on the back of the Berserk Fury. The Buster Claws come out like this, and serve as secondary thrusters, or a steering device. The thrusters back here, which I'll get to in a second, are the main thrusters, and then these have a short amount of propulsion that helps steer the Berserk Fury when it's hovering. Now, they also can come forward on these joints here. In the show, they're quite sharp. With Lego, you obviously have some restrictions, but they can grab and pierce through other Zoids' armor. But they open up. Again, this here is Starscreamer20's design. And they can generate shields as well. But also, for the Berserk Fury's main attack, the footlocks go down, these frill up, it kind of crouches down, and from each of these points, along these little rivets here, it generates energy, which forms at the top and creates a ball of energy in the center. Then, along with the CPC in his mouth, the Charged Particle Cannon, it fires a huge triple beam attack that is incredibly devastating. And it explodes your snail. So, yes, that is the Buster Claws. Like I said, they are on an array of joints, so you can position them really however you want. Last but not least, we have the thrusters. You can see the thruster pods here, and the thrusters inside. I added some vents for detailing, and it looks pretty nice. Now, the thruster pods do open slightly, just for effect, I guess. And it looks pretty nice. Now, like I said, these are the main propulsion of the Zoid, so you can imagine they're pretty powerful. And there, you have Berserk Fury ready to fire his laser. Now this thing is pretty massive when the Buster Claws are deployed. For size comparison here it is with Liger Zero. It's going to be very hard to fit this into frame. But Liger Zero is quite a bit smaller than Berserk Fury in the show. So, just there is a shot of the rivals together. And here it is with Fire Phoenix. Now, bringing Fire Phoenix into play will raise the question to all Zoids fans, will I make Berserk Fury's Fusor companion? This is IXRollOutIX, signing off.